And guys, we arrived here. This is probably the most famous sign of Zeljava Air Base. Plitvice, guys, the view from here is simply amazing.
Hi everyone, my name is Daniel. I'm a motorcycle adventure rider who works a boring office job, and this is my way of connecting with reality. Every spare moment I spend traveling around the world with motorcycle, always searching for interesting people, adventures and places.
Hello YouTube and welcome to Croatia. This time I'm taking you to inner part of Croatia called Lika. It's a name for geographical area in inner Croatia. Maybe you heard about the place. It's where Plitvice Lakes are located. So probably the biggest Croatian touristic attraction, set of natural lakes. But I won't go into business of that touristic attraction. I'm mainly planning to explore surrounding area. But just to give you a little bit of geographical context, it's a surrounding area of Plitvice Lakes. Beautiful road to get there. I'm at the moment riding on a D8 state road which connects North Croatia with South Croatia. This road can be a little busy, like it is at the moment, but soon we will find ourselves in a natural park and surrounded with way less traffic and on a more narrow roads. I'm gonna show you a couple of interesting viewpoints there, a couple of interesting places there, and maybe you heard for one of them. It's Zeljava Air Base. Zeljava Air Base is probably the biggest military facility, underground military facility in Europe. At least it was during a time of build, which was during late 50s, early 60s. So Tito built that place as a top secret place of former Yugoslavian army, and now these days it's a very nice place for urban exploring or so, to see how strong former Yugoslavian military actually was. The size of that underground tunnels and the whole place is quite unbelievable. If I'm correct, there's around 3.5 kilometers of underground tunnels and hallways and those sorts of things. And the main intention was to protect the Croatia or Yugoslavia, let's say, to protect Yugoslavia from foreign attacks by launching quickly jet airplanes or so. So it's a very, very interesting place to explore. During civil war in Croatia, that place was completely destroyed. So Marshal Tito said if that base was ever taken from Yugoslavian army, they had instructions to destroy the whole place. During the World War and Yugoslavian army was abandoning the place, they put, if I'm right, around 50 tons of TNT explosive and destroyed the place completely. These days it's just a touristical attraction. So Zeljava Air Base was constructed to survive the hit from direct hit from a nuclear bomb. So it was constructed very well, but I won't bother you with the history of the place. These days there's a lot of well-known information about the place online. So if you ever want to explore the area, that there's a lot of info online you can find anywhere. What's interesting and worth mentioning in this regard is the place is since they destroyed the place after abandoning, there's a lot of dust and the toxic gases inside the tunnels. So if you ever want to go inside, wearing some mask or something is advisable, because those gases can be very cancerogenic. Besides that, the place is complete darkness, so having a torch or even 2 torches would be advisable if you're planning to go deep inside tunnels, of course. If one torch fails, and you have only one, you are on your own. So make sure, for example, if you are staying in somewhere, to notify in a hostel or so, to notify some people of your intentions to go there and so on. So all in all, place that tells a story. But Lika is, besides Zeljava Air Base, much more. The biggest mountain in Croatia is located there, and views from there are just unimaginable. So I'm gonna show you that all today in this video. My route for today is I started in Zagreb. I'm heading down south to that area, Lika, and it's roughly around 3 hours or so of riding, and then I'm gonna spend some time in Lika, show you interesting viewpoint and area, and I'm heading back to Zagreb. All in total, it's around a couple of 100 kilometers, nothing too crazy, and just enough to see this truly hidden gem of Croatia. Our first stop is one place called Rastoke. It's located on a D8, but it's very specific place. If you like Plitvice, you might like this place as well. It's not as big as Plitvice is, but still quite scenic and full of history. It's a very good alternative if Plitvice is busy, which is mainly always during the whole year. So Rastoke, we are entering Rastoke, as you can see now, and it's a very famous place with the bikers, among the bikers as well. I'm gonna go on a main entrance. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the main entrance, and as you can see, waterfalls down there. It's a nice nice place to make a short break and to have a lunch, to have a coffee, and to see this area as well, if you are riding here. So after this bridge, we're gonna make a right turn and enter that place. Okay guys, this was that little place called Rastoke, let's say alternative to Plitvice, with the small waterfalls, still packed with tourists. It's springtime, nice weather, 20 degrees, sunny, and a bunch of people there. So I had a quick break, had a coffee, and now I'm continuing toward the inner part of Croatia, as I mentioned earlier, Lika, and we're gonna explore that area in a short. As always guys, I'll post my today's route in a description below, where you can download it if you want to drive the same route. At the moment I just passed Grad Slunj, and I'm heading down to Plitvice. Beautiful road, as you can see guys. And when the weather is great like this, it's a joy to ride on these roads. Probably that's the reason why it's so popular among bikers. Add a great view and landscape on top of it, and you have a truly great ride. The only problem is, as I mentioned in a few videos back, driving culture of a driver. They tend to drive very fast and overtake in crazy situations, so extra cautious or common sense not to drive crazy would be advisable here on these roads. As you can see, you can drive quite fast, and people use that, you know, in a car, so it's a good not to push to the limit, right? As I'm going through inner part of Croatia, there's less and less traffic on the road, and of course scenery is getting better. So here you can see kind of north part of Plitvice Lakes, and this is how basically the north side of Plitvice Lakes looks like. Okay guys, this was a short break, very nice one, in this village in Lika area of Croatia. My friends told me that only 2 older ladies live permanently here, and the rest of couple of houses there are weekend houses. So as you can see, relatively wild area, good to visit during a weekend, and just a few kilometers north from Plitvice Lakes. Now we are going to our next viewpoint, which is a big lake of Plitvice. We will avoid the crowd and stay tuned for back roads of Plitvice, where you can actually see a panoramic view of the lakes. Beautiful Plitvice Lakes, guys. Plitvice, guys, the view from here is simply amazing. This is one hidden gem of Croatia, and we haven't actually entered Plitvice Lakes. We came via back roads. I'm gonna post the full route so you can find this place yourself. It's the road where we parked our bikes is roughly over here, and just a few minutes of walking and you find yourself in this hidden gem. Truly amazing. The only thing is we saw a postcock, which is a toxic snake, poisonous snake here, so that's something to watch for. But if you are carrying riding gear with you, you're fine, big boots and so. Anyway, we're gonna enjoy for a few moments in a view here and a quietness of the place, and continue our journey toward the Zeljava air base. Truly amazing, guys. The main entrance to Plitvice Lakes is over there, and there's a main road that goes south, D8, I think. I'll title it, but it goes just above this footpath. Yeah, truly amazing. As you can see, the place is overcrowded with tourists, but if you have someone like we are, like I am, you can find this place yourself. Incredible. Okay guys, see you on the road. Yeah guys, Plitvice Lakes simply doesn't get much better than this. So we're gonna gear up and continue. Next stop, lunch break, and then, as I said, Zeljava Air Base. Take it easy guys. Amazing place guys, Plitvice Lakes from above, back road to one magnificent viewpoint, and this is actually location from the main road that you need to enter. It's likely that you come from a direction that one or that one down there, and you have to turn here. Okay guys, and after having a nice lunch, we are continuing our journey toward the Zeljava Air Base. Roughly around half an hour to get there, and we are going to Lika Petrovo Selo, and then from there we'll continue to Zeljava Air Base. Beautiful road from main D8 road here toward Zeljava Air Base. Great scenery around. Take a look at these guys. Really magnificent scenery. I just turned the camera on to show you this beauty. Stunning place, stunning ride. Looks really amazing. And this is 10 kilometers or 14 minutes according to SatNav before Croatian entrance to Zeljava Air Base. Beautiful. This is Lika guys. This is what I was talking about. As soon as you get off the main road, you find yourself in a beautiful place like this. Croatia is not just a coastline, but those villages and everything, you know, inner parts, mountains, and that variety of landscapes in a short space. And for Zeljava Air Base we are going right on this turn. If we continue, as you might saw on a map, we would end up in Bihać, which is a Bosnian city. Now we just entered the Lika Petrovo Selo, which is I think the last bigger village, sort of bigger village before Zeljava. So you can see 19 kilometers from Plitvice. So it's all in this Plitvice area, and the region is named Lika. On the maps you'll often find Lika and Gorski Kotar. Gorski Kotar is more northern part of Croatia. So for Zeljava we are going here, 120 meters left. Zeljava is a really hidden space. It's meant to be that way because it was a secret military facility after all. So Tito was keeping it buried deeply in a mountain. Even from local villages, the place was not visible. So it was, as I said earlier, top secret of Yugoslavian army. Today is a urban exploration site or attraction. But during 70s was a hangar for keeping jets there. It has 4 exits in a case of emergency or a war. 3 exits go from Croatian side and 1 goes from a Bosnian side. And even from this place it's possible to cross to a Bosnian side. You might end up having issues with border control, and the police is often patrolling this area. As you can see, Zeljava air base here. Okay, it's a mine risky field area. Still hasn't been cleaned from mines, but I guess it's because no one actually goes there besides adventurers, and it's still relatively remote. So yeah, we'll see how will that go. And guys, we arrived here. This is probably the most famous sign of Zeljava Air Base. And guys, welcome to Air Base Zeljava. As you can see, this sign says don't come closer, there's a high chance of mines. Here, as you can see, this was one of the tunnels, or basically hallway where they keep the jets, and on this runway they would be able to go through and launch themselves in the air. So quite interesting place. As I said, complete darkness inside the tunnel, a lot of dust, a lot of toxic gases after abandoning the base. But it's, yeah, cool place to see. And yeah, we'll stay for a couple of minutes. The interesting part here is they blasted 50 tons of TNT here, and these walls are still standing. From this side looks even intact. How massive this building was. So yeah, cool place. Tells the story. Yeah, one garage probably for ammunition or something, with a underground tunnel down there. Not sure, can you see it on camera? Yeah, interesting. Okay guys, time to go back to civilization. This was really an impressive base and a military facility. The size of it, it's huge, and you can see the runway, main runway was here, and the jets would probably exit the tunnel that we saw earlier and then just go straight up into the air, into battle, ready for battle. Yeah, great history of the place, of how magnificent Yugoslavian army was, and the best days of this base during 1970s. we're back into Ličko Petrovo Selo, back on main road or village road, whatever you want to name it. Zeljava Air Base is down there, and you can see how that was in the middle of hill. There's no way you could spot this base from a main road. So I just wanted to close out for today. Ride was great. I hope you saw something new. Thanks for tuning in and watching. That's all for this episode. Stick around and stay tuned for upcoming releases. Take care, guys.